Welcome to the Writer's Life, a place where you decide sound, smells, taste in my particular writer's life, where you get the truth about the writer's life. Hang on. I have to turn off the space heater. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button. Tap that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one single exciting video. Today's the last day, at least for a while, that you can get I, the Judge, for a very limited time, low price, low introductory price, and full disclosure, just so I can get on that bestseller list on Amazon and stuff and increase my visibility. That's the only reason. And also, no, it's not the only reason. And also, I want to just be able to give you the opportunity to grab a really great book for less for now. Those are the reasons. And if it goes on special or if I have a book bub or something like that for it, I'll let you know too in the future. So I was talking to a buddy of mine. We've been going back and forth, and it started out. We were talking about Sideways, that movie Sideways, based on Rex Pickett's book from like 20 years ago, which is like a movie I watch like once a year. And he's like, "Yeah, I own it," and we were going over like, what would you do if your buddy was like actually cheating on his wife or his fiance or whatever, and like how do you handle that? Like, do you lie for him, or especially if you really like his wife or whatever, and how do you handle it? And then it dawned on me, I sort of went through this situation with somebody about 20 years ago, and just to make a long story short, he had been saying something to the tune of like, well, I hang out with Vince when I'm not home. I didn't know about this at the time. I didn't know this is what he'd been doing. And so eventually she starts smelling a rat, I guess after like 6 months or so, maybe something like that. Again, I wasn't really privy to it until the very end when he did a couple other things that pissed me off. But anyway, she calls and she's like, "What is going on?" And I couldn't blame her. I've known her since high school, right? And anyway, so I was pissed off that he did this to me, and I didn't. What recourse do you have? I have great recourse, and we all do as artists and writers. I put this individual in a book. I'm not going to mention which book. I'm not going to mention which character he is, but he's in there. And actually, he's a very popular character, it turns out. But it just goes back to that old saying: "Be careful how you treat me, or you might get in my next book." I've put several people in my books. I'm always putting my college buddies in my books, whether they're bad guys or good guys, and they're just like, "Oh, that's Vin being Vin." They're really good about it, because obviously I have nothing against, my brothers from college, but it's just, you know why I do it? It's pure laziness, because I'm like, I know them inside and out, so it's not like it's hard to create a new character, and I use their names, and they're good with it, like, sure. Like, I think I've used the name Tom Walsh like 17 times. Well, not 17, but maybe 3. Several others, like the Joe Whalen that's in The Remains. That's a buddy of mine from college, and he's like, "Did you have to make me a really bad guy?" Paul Rebufo. I forget which book it was, but that's a real guy. And I was cracking up every time I described his character. Kevin Ryan. All these guys are in my books. And so the guy I was talking to today, he's like, "Oh, you haven't put me in a book yet. And he wants to be a bad guy." So his name is Tim Deaver, and I don't think he minds that I mentioned his name. Okay, Tim, you're on. I'm going to get you in the book. in a book next, very soon. Maybe the next one I write in a few weeks, because I'm currently working on one now. I don't know how long it's going to go, though. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Like, you have the power to, like, really stick it to somebody if you want to. And especially if you're putting somebody in a book because they've been an asshole. And, like, they can't really admit that they're in your book, because then they're, like, admitting that they're assholes, right? So you kind of have them over a barrel. And the one book I'm talking about, this guy who was cheating on his wife, it did so well. It won the Thriller Award, the ITW Thriller Award, and the Private Eye Writers of America, their Seamus Award. Right up there. There it is. And there's the Thriller Award for Best Paperback Original. So I must have done a really good job. Anyway, I can't mention his name for legal reasons. But anyway, that's that. So I put up this nifty skiing video of me yesterday. My friend and I were doing a little cruiser run over at Gore Mountain, and we decided to do videos and all that sort of stuff, which we do. We tend to do. We do them not only, so we have something to post or whatever. She has her own business that she, likes to put up Instagram posts and stuff like that. And obviously I have my own business, and, instead of always putting up the same old about writing and stuff like that, it's good to see me traveling. It's good to see me skiing, good to see me fishing, stuff like that. Good to see me lifting weights or whatever. And it's amazing, like that video, that skiing video, it got like 300 hits right off the bat, and it went viral immediately. People like action videos, short little action videos. So just a little hint if you're looking for a good way to advertise or influence. But what we didn't show you yesterday was the wipeout I had. It was classic skiing over this like ungroomed territory on a much harder trail, and my right foot caught something, and I ejected out of my ski. And there's like this moment when you eject out of the ski, and then the second there's like a plane crash must be like this, because there's this brief quiet and respite, and then boom, you collide with the earth, and everything goes flying, and you hope you don't break anything, hope you don't lose another tooth, and or whatever. So like today I'm bruised up enough that it looks like I was in a car accident, and it's probably the equivalent of a car accident. I've had collisions bad enough where my kidney has bled, not the interior but the exterior. The exterior is fine. If that bleeds, it's fine. If the interior bleeds, you're in trouble. Anyway, I don't know. I'm assuming all my crashes on the mountain seem to have one thing in common. It's me ejecting out of my right ski. And I think it's because I have like almost all my toes are arthritic from playing football, and one of the toes is actually amputated a little bit, and I have 4 permanent screws in that foot. So hang on one second. I'm doing the video. I got it. Is that all right? Yeah. You did. Okay, thanks. Anyway, so I think what's happening here, back to the skiing, or the crashing and skiing. I think what's happening is my right foot is just not in tune, or not in time, not in sync with my left foot. So something I got to work with or work on. As it is, when I bought this latest round of skis last year, and I was being fitted, the guy who sold them to me was like, He's like, you got a death wish skiing on that foot. So anyway, I love to ski, so it's fun. But probably better that I always ski with somebody in my condition. All right, that's all I got. Like I said, careful how you treat, careful how you're treated if you're a writer, because you can always get that person in a book. All right, all right, you guys. I will see you probably not tomorrow, but Friday. And ciao, ciao.